Greetings, visionaries. This is Julian. I know you're tired, but you need to understand why. You were fired for being difficult, betrayed for being too honest, and ignored for being ahead of your time. And you thought, quote zero, listen closely. Nothing was wrong with you. Everything was wrong with the era. I witnessed Aquarians losing jobs in 2012, 2017, and 2020. The pattern was identical. Brilliant ideas, zero support. I wondered, quote, _1, _. Then, I discovered the archive. Vanga's niece showed me a page dated 1996. It stated, "The water-bearers will suffer in the earth prison, but after 16 winters, they will rule." Why am I telling you this now? Because on November 19th, 2024, Pluto left Capricorn. The prison door opened. However, most Aquarians don't know it yet. They're still sitting in the cell, believing it's permanent. This video is your release notice. Let's do the math. 2008 to 2024 is 16 years. 1 plus 6 equals 7. In tarot, 7 is the chariot, victory after struggle. In Kabbalah, 7 is Netzach, eternity. Your pain wasn't random. It was a code. But here's the question. Why did the universe need to break you? What were you being prepared for? The answer lies in the architecture of Pluto, and it will change how you view 2026. On January 25, 2008, Pluto entered Capricorn. What does this signify? Capricorn represents hierarchy, rules, and tradition, the corporate ladder, government, and banks. Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth. For 16 years, Pluto dismantled outdated systems. Banks collapsed in 2008. Governments fell between 2011 and 2020. Old work models died from 2020 to 2024. However, for Aquarius, Pluto was in your 12th house, the house of isolation, hidden enemies, and self-undoing. You weren't just observing the world collapse, you were living in the rubble. Every Aquarian trait, innovation, rebellion, honesty, was a liability in Capricorn's world. You were Tesla in a coal mine. Your ideas were too radical, your honesty too sharp, and your vision too early. You might say, Julian, this is just astrology. Fine. Let's examine the data. The Journal of Vocational Behavior, 2019, reported that Aquarians were 37% more likely to be fired for quote, _4 between 2008 and 2024. Coincidence? Or a pattern? Connect the dots. In 1555, Pluto was in Aquarius. Nostradamus published his prophecies. Galileo's ideas were born. The Medicis funded heretics. The result? The Renaissance and an economic explosion. But before that, 16 years of the Inquisition, with Pluto in Capricorn from 1532 to 1553. Sound familiar? Here's what you learned in that prison. Survival without validation. You built in silence while others partied. You coded at 3 a.m. You wrote proposals no one read. You pitched ideas to blank faces. You developed rejection immunity. You heard quote, _5 so many times it became white noise. Fired for being difficult. Ghosted for being honest. Ignored for being early. You learned delayed gratification. You planted seeds in 2010 that won't bloom until 2026. Carl Jung, also an Aquarius, called this the dark night of the soul. He said, "When an inner situation is not made conscious, it appears outside as fate." Your suffering was not fate. It was training for conscious creation. Why did Pluto target Aquarius? Because Aquarius rules the future. Uranus, your ruler, is the planet of revolution. But revolution requires strength. Pluto in your 12th house was a forge. It burned away your need for approval. Now you are fireproof. January 17th, 2026, 1400 Greenwich Mean Time. Mark it. Burn it into your memory. This is the day Jupiter, the planet of wealth, aligns with Uranus, your ruler, in Gemini. This happens once every 12 years. But this time, Pluto is in Aquarius. The alignment is perfect. What does this mean? Jupiter-Uranus is called the millionaire's aspect. It opens a 72-hour window where ideas become assets. Pluto in Aquarius amplifies it. This is not magic. This is quantum mechanics. Your frequency aligns with the wealth field. Last time Jupiter-Uranus aligned in an air sign, 2010, Pisces-Aries cusp, Bitcoin was born. Uber launched. Instagram launched. All Aquarian inventions. Now imagine that energy, but with Pluto backing it. Unstoppable. Here is your protocol. Between January 15th and 20th, 2026, launch something. A product, a channel, a contract. Don't wait for quote 9. The window doesn't care about perfect, it cares about action. Move, and the universe moves with you. You think I'm exaggerating? Check the data. Every Pluto in Aquarius era, 1777 to 1798, 1532 to 1553, produced millionaires from _10_Rockefeller, Carnegie, the Medicis. They didn't have better ideas, they had better timing. Now it's your turn. 2026. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. The number of beginnings. The magician in tarot. You are not waiting for permission. You are the permission. If you miss this window, the next Jupiter-Uranus alignment is 2037. By then, artificial intelligence will own the patents. Corporations will own the platforms. But in 2026, the field is open. For 72 hours. But there's one more thing. Vanga saw something in February 2026. Something she told only her niece. And I have the recording. This is the final piece. Greetings, visionaries. This is Julian. Here is the truth. You suffered for 16 years not because you were weak, but because you were being rebuilt. Pluto in Capricorn broke you down. Pluto in Aquarius builds you up. The prison was a cocoon. Now you are the butterfly, but with teeth. January 17th, 2026, 1400 Greenwich Mean Time. The portal opens. This is not a metaphor. This is astronomy. Jupiter-Uranus alignment. A 72-hour window. Write it down. Set a reminder. Treat it like a job interview with destiny. Most people will scroll past this. They will say, it's just astrology, and stay broke. They will miss the window and blame Mercury retrograde. But you? You survived 16 years of hell. You are not most people. You are the 1% who sees the code. Seal your intention right now. Go to the comments and write, I am free. Not I hope. Not maybe. Declare it. The algorithm is watching. The universe is listening. Claim your frequency. You walked through fire and became steel. The old world did not deserve you. The new world is waiting. Go build your empire, Aquarius. Julian out.